Damn rounds on the highway. Don't think I got nothing lifestyle. That's my boss, bitch, and my wordplay. Hey, when I get mad, turn the Scarface. How when I get mad, turn the Sharface. Yeah, fuck, I'm talking about that. Hey, tell me how it is, tell me how you feel, tell me what it is, tell me what you wanna do. Pussy ass boy plotting on who? I done seen it all before I came through. Must don't understand, nigga, I'm in the truth, flame ass nigga. But these crackers tryna shoot shit my way. 100 down rides on the highway. Only thing I got in this lifestyle, that's my boss, bitch, and my wordplay. Hey, when I get mad, turn the Scarface. Now when I get mad, turn the Sharface. Yeah, I'm up in South Beach with this shit, nigga, Miami. Fuck on me. Tell me how it is, tell me how you feel, tell me what it is. I'm always in the field, always dressed to kill, nigga. What the fuck you talking about? But your pussy boy, but you ain't talking about nothing, but you ain't making noise. You ain't on that shit thought you was. Who the fuck these niggas thought they was? They don't even know that. Shooting at me and I'm a throwback. I don't look back, that's a throwback. No, I don't look sad, cause I'm on that. Boy, get shot at the top, that's a toe tag. Lame man, cracker don't want the guns on me. But these people wanna know everything. But the booze and the chica. I tell these soft ass boys how to think. But I'm on my grind and they hate. Yeah, my nutsack on these fuck niggas when I don't give a fuck. What they be hating on, cause I'm up, nigga. What the fuck, nigga? Who the fuck these niggas thought they was? Yeah, all the time a nigga growing. All the time a nigga knowing. Gotta stack it up, keep that bitch flowing. Hey. Tell me how it is, tell me how you feel, tell me what it is. Gotta flip the deal, gotta keep the steel, killer being killed. Nah, nigga, for real, I'm ready for the real. Nigga, I'm ready for the war, nigga. But they crackers tryna shoot shit my way. 100 down rounds on the highway. Only thing I got in this lifestyle, that's my boss, bitch, and my wordplay. Hey, when I get mad, turn the Scarface. Now when I get mad, turn the Scarface. We up here with the scene, nigga, with the Colombians, cutting niggas' heads off and shit. Tell me how it is, tell me how you feel. Always just a kid, shoot 'em up the hill. Gotta keep it still, nah, nigga, for real. Heady boy, I think they talking about. Why X out your rank, walking on your sand. On the highway, chasing out the bands. Boy, wanna hate, they don't understand. Boy, wanna hate, soft two cans. Sam, ass nigga. I told you for that nigga don't know it. Yeah, chasing out the one, I love that shit. Cause the thrill of the hunt keep me on my shit. Yeah, the deck on my hip with a stand-up clip. Yeah, motherfucker, we'll kill your ass. We'll motherfucking dissect your ass. Cut a head off, put a bottle for the buzzers. Matter of fact, fuck them buzzers, nigga. Ain't no head hunters. Hey, call nigga Sharface, nigga. What the fuck you talking about? Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Shalom, Israel. This is the Isupk Lashawan 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Command Junior Hanna. We've been established since 1969, and since 1969, we teach so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians. They teach true history, heritage, and culture according to the Bible. This Friday night's Lashawan Qadash class. And you see the title, we're going to go over tenses. We're going to start off with present tenses. Present tense. Right, so this is tenses class part 1. All right, so present tense is when things is happening in the moment. So for the example we're going to use, the verb we're going to use for the vast majority of it is going to be watch or guard, which is shamar.
You have to write a little bit bigger so like
Small.
you can see it right here.
Go the camera closer.
Lift it up a little bit. There we go.
Okay. Still just feel feels so dark. It looks so dark.
I don't understand that.
Let me get us a lava lamp or something.
Okay.
All right, so the word we're using is shamar for our example, right? And
Okay.
there's another word that's better to use, but when we get to past tense, I'm gonna show you why I use that word preferably over shamar, right? But shamar is the easiest word because it's only 3 characters, right?
Okay.
You got sha. Oh yeah, I'm gonna teach y'all in the Assyrian. Sha, ma, ra. Sha, ma, ra. Shamar, right? And it means to watch or guard, right? So now when we get into the tenses, when we're doing present tense in English, at the end of every word, the rule in English is at the end of every word, you add ing to the end of every word. The reason why you do that is making it, like I said, present tense. So your guarding or watching, that word changes from shamar. In Hebrew, it's the same basic concept. So the second character, we have the word shamar. Lucky. So the word we're using is shamar. Sha, ma, ra, right? We got the word shamar. Sha, ma, and ra. The same way in English, how you used to add an ing for what's happening currently, it's the same thing you do for Hebrew. But instead of adding ing, you add a wa as the second character in any verb. So now it's sha, wa, mar. Watch becomes watching. And that's sha, wa, mar.
So like it.
Good.
We got clapped for Facebook just now.
What happened?
Don't know. Says we having trouble streaming to Facebook. This may be an issue on Facebook end. Is it possible the stream was ended or deleted on Facebook?
Okay, no sweat. If that's the case, then we'll just stream it on YouTube.
Okay.
Be good with it. But yeah, so you add the wa to the middle of the word shamar as the second character specifically, and it changes it to ing to make it present tense, right? Because the verb by itself, just shamar, just means watch or guard. If I want to say I'm watching, I would say I say I shawamar, right? But we're gonna go down the list of subject pronouns, right? And it's also gonna teach. It's a double-sided class, right? So in one breath, I'm teaching you past, present, and future tense. And the other breath, I'm teaching you subject pronouns. The subject pronoun determines how you conjugate your verb, right? And we're gonna get into that more so in the past tense, right? But let's start with the present tense, right? We're gonna start with the first one, which is I. We want to say I am watching. Use the same verb. But I will switch it up. I am watching. Like I said, it's shawamar, but we have to know what our subject pronoun is. Our subject pronoun is anya, right? So it would be anya. Oh, Salaki. I misspelled it. It would be anya shawamar. Now, when you're reading, that's really formal right there. When you're reading in the Hebrew, though, you won't see too often that it says anya shawamar. There will be some cases where if the sentence says I am doing something, it will go like this. It would just be shawamar. Right? It's shorthand, but you can do that. That is just short for anya.
I got it back up.
What's that correct? That is just short for anya. Right? So what's our rule? Our rule is to add Y as a second character. This rule don't ever change. Matter of fact, I'm gonna write it in red on the bottom. The rule. Oh, the red marker died. That's crazy. This one work. Yep. The rule is add Y. As the second character. Y'all see that? You see that?
Cut. Oh, let me take some off. Kind of see it.
It's just small.
Let me take the banner off.
Well, it's 12. However you want to run it. But the rule is you add Y as a second character. In all cases, no matter what the subject pronoun is, you always add Y as a second character if you're currently doing the verb. If you're making the verb present tense, right? So the next one, we have you. You are watching. Right? So when I'm doing present tense, it's more so outside of teaching y'all the rule, this is more so just teaching you the subject pronouns. But it does change up once we go to past tense, right? And future tense, if we get there. So you are watching, right? That R is implied, right? So it's you watching. You in Hebrew is a thought. Shawamar. A fa, shawamar, right? In the masculine. In the feminine, or hold up. That's in the masculine. In the feminine,
Back your light up a little bit for them to see it.
what?
Because the reflection of that light.
Is that good?
Yeah, that's good right there.
In the feminine, it's the same sentence, same phrase rather, Salakia. You are watching. But this time your subject pronoun is changed because your subject is Salakia. Well, I can do it. I do it. Forget it. All right. So this is singular right here. This is masculine, singular. Right? Feminine plural, though. The difference between masculine singular and feminine plural. Masculine singular means that I'm talking to one person. It don't matter if it's a male or a female. When I say a fa singular, it's about one person. I'm talking about one person. But if I'm saying in the feminine plural, that means I'm talking to a group of females. So when I say you, this you is not you as in one woman. This is you as in you group of women, right? You are watching. It becomes a thumb. It's like a fan. See how it changes from a fa to a fan. That na at the end makes it plural in the feminine, right? And it's still shawamar. The verb doesn't change. Right? Now, if I do this in the masculine plural, you are watching. Man, watching the game, ain't he? The masculine plural is a thumb. Shawamar. Same verb, same conjugation for the verb. It don't never change. The only thing that changes It's how you conjugate your subject pronoun, and that's determined based on what your subject pronoun is, right? But when we get to past tense, how you conjugate that verb will change, and the future tense, it will change based on what the subject pronoun actually is. All right, I'm gonna give you all a couple seconds to write that down before I erase it. The rule won't stay the same too.
So Shawamar is watch. I mean, it's like Shamar is watch and Shawamar is watching.
Con.
Yeah.
Oh, Salakia, I did make a mistake. So hold on. Okay, for I am watching, I was right. You are subject. Your subject does determine how you conjugate this verb, right? So for anya, for shawamar, you'll add a ha at the end of the word in Hebrew. I'm gonna do it in English first though. So it'll be anya, shawa, mora, shawamara, right? That I you're adding is like it's gonna look like this. Sha, wa. Oh, it's like that's the wrong. I think I did that earlier too. Sha, wa, ma, ra, ha. That ha that you're adding right there, it's elongating that ra. So it changes it from shawamar to shawamara. Right? But with you, that doesn't change. With you, all you're doing is just adding the wa. It's the same thing. I believe it's the same with the masculine and feminine. No. It's the same with the masculine, but with the feminine, it does become shawamara in the feminine. It's the same principle. You're adding a ha to elongate it in the feminine. All right, I'm gonna erase all of this. Where I stop at? I did jump around a little bit. Okay, so he is watching. He is watching. Is ha. It's like hawa'a.
Shanice Monique, EPR, HQ Wakes WMKORZIUWUJM, Y Forks W Xufsicle 1 Savannah 2 IC.
Sheesh, it's like hawa'a. Shawamar. The phone was ringing. Be hawa'a, shawamar. Right? Same basic rule. You just add wa in the middle for the masculine. With feminine though, she is watching. And you got to change your subject pronoun to now haya'a. Shawa Mora.
So, like, did it say the name of the person that was called?
Mm-hmm. Oh, it spelled it out.
Okay.
Yeah. Next, we have we. We are watching.
Salaki, you got a question in the chat.
Go ahead.
Sister Mana Aima said, Salaki, sir, how do you say he is acting like?
He is acting like.
Come.
Okay, so he. Let me write it out. He is acting like. All right, so we have to break this down. The he in Hebrew is hawa'ah. Is a there's a word for is. It's a preposition.
Come.
The same thing is true for like, right? That is ma. I believe that preposition is ma. Let me see. Let me make sure. Check my notes. This is why it's important to have notes. Prepositions. Oh, it's ka. It's laki. It's ka. So it's hawa'a, ka, and the word for acting. I don't even know what the Hebrew word for acting. So it would be being. Let me make sure I'm not wrong. That there's not actually a Hebrew word for acting or for act. Distillation. It'll be ayash. That's interesting. The Hebrew word for man is act. I didn't know that. I just learned something. Or it would be hawa. Because when you're saying that he's acting like something, you're saying that he's being something, right? So if he's being something, to be is hawa. So ka hawa. Ka hawa. Hawa'a ka hawa is he is being, or he is acting like. That ka is like. It's like or as. All right. So I hope that answers your question, sis. It's hawa'a ka hawa. He is acting like. It's like. What was that? We are watching, right? So the Hebrew word for we is anak noah. Anak. Noah. Now the shawamar changes because now it's plural. Now it's plural. So like you go ahead.
She said the water, sir.
And the bar. Now it's plural. So now it's not just shawamar. Now it's us as a group watching, right? So one thing about Israel is that Israel is masculine, right? The whole nation is referred to in the masculine sense. So when I say we are watching, it won't be Shawa, Maran, or Maryan, because that yan is feminine, right? It's masculine, so it'll be Shawa Maryam, right?
Come.
And this is long. I'm going to go ahead and write it. Anak Noah. Shawamar. Young. Anak Noah Shawamar. We are watching. I might can squeeze one more on here. Give y'all a second to write that down before I erase that though. What else we got? You, plural. We already did the you, plural, and the masculine and feminine.
Mm-hmm.
So now we can go to past tense. Like I said, all tenses really is the present tense rather, is just learning the one rule. Add y as the second character. The second rule, if it's feminine, the second rule is if the subject is feminine, then you add I'm gonna write the actual ha character so I don't confuse everybody. You're adding the ha character to the end. To the end of verb in the present tense. So if the first rule is you go ahead.
She said it's hard to see the right side. Is that light? Might have to cut it off.
See if that help.
That
That any better?
Let me take the banner off.
Maybe make it full screen. See what you're looking at. Let me see what it looks like on my phone. That's what I do. That's still kind of hard to see. Sheesh. Let me change. I won't write this red no more. I think that's one of my biggest problems. I just write it green. I'll rewrite it all in green.
Okay.
That's tough. I mean, I spent that money on light bulbs for no reason. We can't even use them. They're too bright. Sheesh. All right. So the first rule.
Let me see if I can see it. She should be able to see that.
Still.
May have to do it in blue.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna retire all colors and just use the blue. I need another black marker. That's really what the problem
Now
is.
she like it. Now she's saying it's dark.
Okay.
I don't know how to feel. It's that light.
I got an idea. I'll do this.
Or nah, the cord ain't long enough. I'm gonna say take the camera and angle the camera this way to get the reflection out. Now you got to back it up. There you go.
Is that better?
Yeah, now back it up a little bit. Now you wanna, I'm gonna put it at full screen so you can adjust it. You wanna bring it down a little bit. Right there.
Right like that. Let me see how well this. Hold up. Wait a minute.
Nah, it blinded it out right there.
That's good right there. We're gonna run it that way.
She said excellent.
What's sign correct? All right. So the first rule. Is you add the Y character as the second character. When you add the Y as the second character, you're saying ing, right? The second rule, if it's feminine, if the subject is feminine, add a ha at the end of the verb. I think that's good.
Yeah.
So the first rule is you add a ya, it's like you add a y as the second character to say ing, to make it present tense. The second rule is if the subject is feminine, you add a ha at the end of the verb. Right? So give everybody a second to write all that down. Erase that, then we're gonna go to past tense. What time is it?
About 7:30 something.
So I got just enough time. And in part two, the reason I want to do 2 parts, because future tense takes a while to teach. Because there's a whole lot of rules. There's a whole lot of erasing and explaining the future tense. For past tense, we're going to use my favorite verb. We're going to use ibad. Because it's the easiest verb to conjugate, to change up. Because it's a short verb, but it's easier than shawamar. It's like than shamar. Because shamar, saying shamar repetitively, it's like a tongue twister.
Sure.
But ibad is just easier for me. So I'm gonna erase all of this. So everybody should have this all written down. If you don't, you can rewind the class. Erase this. It's the fastest I've ever gotten through present tense. I ain't gonna lie. The troopers with knock you out of Kabash when I first came and started coming to class.
Yeah.
The first time I tried to teach them the tenses, it took me a whole 2 hours.
He was asking a lot of questions, and
yeah, it was good though. They was learning. They was really trying to learn. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So now we're moving on. Past tense. First tense. We're going to past tense. To say past tense, you're talking about what has already occurred, right? The Hebrew word for past is ibar. This is what has already happened, right? You could use learn. Learn is a good word. Yeah. Okay, so we won't use ibad. We'll use learn, right? The Hebrew word for learn, our example word is learn, right? The Hebrew word, it's like we can't talk right at the same time. The Hebrew word for learn is la mayad. Oh, it's like no, it's lamad. It's lamad, right? The Hebrew word for learn is lamad. So we want to change the tense on this word. First of all, la ma lamad in the Syrian and in the Lashawan Qadash, la ma da. La ma, right? Now, this is what I was saying earlier, though, about how the subject determines how you conjugate your verb. Every single one of these rules for every pronoun is going to be different. And how you determine how you conjugate the verb is determined based on what your subject is, right? So for the first one, it's going to be I. Subject is I, right? Or I am, right? You know that word is anya. Anya. The rule. Everybody should be writing this down the way that I'm writing on the board. That way it's easy to take notes, to keep the notes, right? You'll have the subject, the rule, and then the example using the actual verb we're using, which is learn, which is lamad, right? So
Right.
the rule is you add faya. Who's it? So brothers uploading their classes to the chat. I forgot they are an hour ahead. I'm behind everybody. So anyway, you add faya to the end of verb. So what am I saying? If I want to say I learned, the example, if I want to say I learned, it would be anya lamad faya. Lamad faya means I learned, because lamad, our root word, means to learn. And in the rule, you add faya to the end of the verb, so that changes it from I learned, anya lamad is I learned, and it becomes I learned, anya lamad faya, right? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 rules we gotta go through in 20 minutes. Well, we got this. Only because somebody got a deadline on me. All right. Next is you in the masculine singular. Well, you is always gonna be masculine, but you in the singular. Right? Of course, that's a fa. The rule is you add fa to the end. Right? Because remember, your subject is what's determining how we conjugate these verbs. With I, with anya, you add faya to the end. With you, example, with you, you're going to say a fa, lamad, fa, lamatha, a fa. Oh, I misspelled a fa. So like a fa, lamatha, right? You're just adding fa to the end of your verb, right? And these rules are important because you can't form sentences if you can't conjugate, if you don't know how to conjugate your verb. And the only way you can conjugate your verb is determining, you got to first identify what your subject pronoun is, right? So it looks like I'm going to be able to do 2 at a time if I write it this way. So I'll give y'all a couple seconds, give y'all like 60 seconds, then I'll erase it, and then I'll write 2 more on there.
Good.
Not even 2 seconds. It'll take a long time if I do that.
Time check 7:39.
Mm-hmm. Next up is beauty and shit. All right, erasing this. Start from the top. Erase that too. Everybody should have written down already. Okay. The next one we're gonna do is he. The subject is he, which is ha, wa, ah. The rule, verb stays the same. What does that mean? The verb stays the same. I mean, you don't add or take away or change nothing. He is the only verb, the only subject pronoun that doesn't determine how you conjugate that verb. That verb stays the same no matter what when you're referring to he, right? So for the example, it will be hawa'a lamad. Hawa'a lamad. That means he learned, right? But for she, which is slightly consistent, which is haya'a, fly. On now.
I've just been fighting that same foul with.
Yes, on the fly. So for she is haya'a. The rule for she is the same as it was for the present tense. It's direct. I got it. I don't know where it went. It's a lot. So the rule for she is the same for the present tense, right? You add the ha. Yeah, let me explain it this way because I don't want to confuse nobody. You add the ha character to the verb. What does that mean? Let's do the example. It would be haya'a lamad lamada salakia. Time. So I said, that's why I didn't want to say it that way. I had to say you add the character because if I say add ha, that would have confused everybody. I have to write this out in the Hebrew though. So it would be ha, ya, I keep doing it. Haya, lamad is la, ma, da, but you're adding a ha character, like I said. You're not adding the word ha. You're adding the ha character to the end. So it would be la, ma, da, ha. La, ma, da, ha. Or it's like it, la, ma, da. But this way, it's la, ma, da, ha. La, ma, da is what you're saying. La, ma, da. That ha is elongating that da, right? And that's the only difference between the masculine and the feminine is you're adding the ha character to the end of the verb, right? Mike can get one more. Do we? You can.
So you got like 16, 17 minutes left for class.
I'll make sure I can fit another word on here. Tell them another word rule in the example.
Kind you better fit.
The word is we in the Hebrew is anak noah. Anak noah. This will be the fastest I've ever done past tenses as well. It's weird not having people in class that don't know this already. So we got anak. We got any questions?
Live.
No comments?
Live. They brother still got a sister in watching.
So anak noah is our subject pronoun for we. What is the rule? It's easy. You just add noah to the verb. You just add noah to the verb, right? So for the example, anak noah lamad lamad noah lamad nawa lamad noah. Dialect don't matter. but it's Anak Noah, Lamad Noah. We learned. I guess I can go back and write these in the Assyrian as well. Ha, Wa'a, Lamad. She, Ha, Wa'a, not Hawa'a, Salak. Haya'a, Lamad, Da. And then we is Anak, Noah, Lamad, Noah. All right. Now we have you in the masculine plural. That is a thumb. The rule for it you add thumb at the end. Example, a thumb Lamad Yum. Right? The reason why you don't do anything other than add yum to the end is because you is plural. I mean, it's masculine. This is you in the masculine plural sense. In the feminine sense, it will change. But anytime it's in the masculine, the verb doesn't change at all. Right? To say it's past tense. The verb doesn't change at all. It's the same straight up verb. But it does change when the feminine. So when we do you in the feminine plural, that is a thon. The rule add thon to the end. Right? In the example, it's a thon Lamad fun. Oh, sloppy. I said fun. No, that's right. This is wrong. The yum is wrong. It's supposed to be thumb, not yum. Sloppy. It's my fault.
10 minutes of class left.
You, and then we have they. There's two theys, a masculine and a feminine, right?
Good.
They in the masculine is hum. The rule add hum. Oh, sloppy. You add y. You add y to the end. Now, before we was adding y to the middle to say ing, but if you want to say they did something, then you will say, write the example. You would say so it's they learned, but it'll be la mod wa. They learned, right? So instead of putting the y in the middle to change it to la wa mod, which is learning, you put the y at the end, and it becomes they learned, right? And then the last one we have is they feminine. They in the feminine, which is han, right? The rule we're gonna skip this one because my notes are wrong for this one. But do we have any questions?
All
right.
Questions.
Anybody have any questions? With that, it's the Isupk Lashawan 1 West 125th Street, Hall, New York, under Command Junior Hunter. Their Friday Night Lashawan Qadash class. Tune in next week for the tenses part 2, and I'll have an answer for the correct feminine for they. Tune in next week, and I'll also be doing future tense. All right. And with that, shalom.
Speaking of scheme, if y'all got something to do, I still gonna talk about regardless. I'm gonna let y'all know straight up, bro. The nigga short and not Dr. Ball is the only nigga that I feel like leave. Out of this little 5 piece right here, listen. Back, hit his word. Back then, y'all niggas ain't want me. When I get hot, nigga, y'all is not gonna get on me. I'm telling you. Niggas did not put the effort to let me work on any code right now. I'm throwing this nigga free code to perform. You know what I mean? This how cold shit ain't. This how cold shit ain't only just music. It ain't. Now, y'all, don't run. You the main one. Yeah. You the man. Yeah. No, I owe you something.
You don't want no bad client. So that's like, damn, it's coming over, you know what I'm saying? So it's like you want to match that shit perfectly. So until that happens, I got all the odds in the world. Like this shit right here.
Gavin Squad tomorrow. Hey, look, tell them what it's about, y'all. It's about the fucking bridge that shit, man. We come tonight. Quickly. Come all the way from the track. Jump in with the jump with the horses all the way. The watch us tonight. I'm here from the start fucking play with us. All right. Go now. Baby. This color. Yeah, man, I don't see. From Lord, might be the last one.
with this mic being the last one, man, we will pop this shit open, man. Like, that's how that shit, man. That's how.
They shot my chest off. This brother swag, he said he did it. Oh, what? Me, baby. Bro, listen, check this out. Come back to me. Back. Come back. I'm going back. And you think that nigga doing better than me, bro? You think you do that shit better than me, Shaw? Do that shit. Come back to me, baby. Come back. Yeah.